Patience, humility, and strength define the legacy of San Francisco's first black firefighter. He was a man who overcame racial retaliation and a level of disrespect only the strongest could survive. In the years since his death, Earl Gates Jr. is finally receiving the recognition he deserves, with a street named after him and a mural being painted in his honor. But those who knew him tell Crown 4's Philippe Jagal, that he means a whole lot more, and they share his story as we continue to celebrate Black History Month.
With every wave that crashes onto Ocean Beach, a part of the late Earl Gates Jr. and his late wife Blondell graced the sands of San Francisco, the city to which Earl Jr. dedicated his life's work.
I felt like putting their ashes out to sea was very appropriate to sending them off together.
The couple was originally from Texas, but met and settled down in San Francisco. In 1955, Earl Jr. became the city's first African-American firefighter and overcame death threats and continuous acts of racism while he served the people.
It takes a while to figure out who's really for you.
Did he find allies?
He did. He did find allies.
Blondell Chisholm is the Gages' only child. She is grateful her own children were able to meet their grandparents. In 2017, Earl Jr. passed away at the age of 90, 3 years after his wife died. Growing up, Blondell says the family lived in a home in San Francisco's Ingleside Terrace neighborhood while racial tensions were still high.
Threats for him, threats to my mom, things like that. And I think what an incredible inner strength it must have taken to bite your tongue.
Just humiliation that he had to go through. And then to come back and lace up your boots again and do it the next day and then again the next day. That's an incredible human being.
Fire Captain Sherman Tillman admires the courage Earl Jr. exalted being the first. In fact, he remained the only black member of the department for more than a decade after he started.
At least when Jackie Robinson came through, it was only like, I think, another month before another black player came along. But Earl Gage was the only black firefighter in San Francisco for 12 years.
And for the first 6 years of his 28-year career, Earl Jr. never really had a home within the department. He was bounced from firehouse to firehouse because the racial attacks and vitriol were so severe and constant. His white colleagues would not allow him to settle down anywhere for more than a few days at a time. He eventually had to start carrying around his own mattress. By the time he retired in 1983, his last fire station was number 16 in the Cow Hollow neighborhood.
How bad did it get for Earl?
Well, there's stories of people defecating on his bed. There's stories of people peeing on his bed. There's stories of people letting him be the only one in the fire or leaving him and not helping him.
Tillman did not learn of Earl Jr.'s story until he joined the San Francisco Black Firefighters Association, where he served 2 terms as president. Shocked to learn Earl Jr. was not honored at the fire department's headquarters or the city's firefighter museum, Tillman worked for years to have a street named after Earl Jr. Last year, the San Francisco Board of Supervisors unanimously approved renaming a block of Willow Street in the Fillmore District Earl Gates Jr. Street. And around the corner at Rosa Parks Elementary School, a mural is being painted remembering the pioneer.
Without Earl Gage, there'd be no black people, there'd be no women, there'd be no Asians, there'd be no Hispanics, there'd be no gays.
He was encouraged to follow a path that he was told would be very challenging, and he rose to the occasion.
And he did so with dignity and honor. Philippe Jagal, Crown 4 News.
Join us as we celebrate Black History Month. I'll be hosting our 30-minute special honoring Black history, mind, body, soul. It airs Thursday, February 24th at 6:30 p.m. right here on Crown 4.